call, Denise Roach.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I rise to take a short
5-minute call.
Yes, thank you, sir, for the second reading of the Crimes Match Fixing Amendment Bill. Sir, I wasn't on the Select Committee that heard the submissions on this. However, I do note that the Select Committee received the bill after its first reading around the 30th of July, and then submissions closed on the 22nd of October. And that's quite a generous amount of time to call for submissions. And I note that we've just had a bill referred to a committee that's only got a 48-hour period for submissions. And I'm sure there's a lot more public interest in that bill than there is in this one, because as I've seen from the report from the Select Committee, there were only 4 submissions on this bill, which indicates, I guess, that there's quite widespread agreement with the whole thrust of what this bill does. So what does this bill do? Well, according to the report from the Select Committee, under this bill, anyone who obtained a benefit or caused a loss by engaging in match fixing would commit an offence and be liable to a maximum penalty of 7 years imprisonment. And we think that's fair. We think that's reasonable. I note also that match fixing also applies not just to sports games, but also to horse racing. And we believe that, yes, that should be a crime, because we're a sporting nation and we uphold the fact that sports should be fair. We believe as a nation in fair play. We're all about fairness, or at least we should be. And why should international crime syndicates make millions by rorting the system? So I think we should look at what this bill does, who benefits from it. And I guess we as a nation benefit from it because we get to keep our reputation. And our reputation has taken some beating recently. We're passing bills that sort of degrade our employment rights. We're passing bills that do nothing to, lift child poverty. We're doing those sorts of things which do damage our reputation. So it's nice to be doing something that does actually support and benefit our reputation. But the other beneficiaries of this bill really, I guess, is the TAB and the betting organisations. And I guess we have to acknowledge that sports betting is the latest gateway drug, if you like, to problem gambling. The Australian experience, and I've been to a conference on this, is that the TABs over there are targeting younger males, and they're doing that by encouraging them to bet on sports, on their teams, and that it's a show of solidarity and support for their teams if they bet on their teams while the game is happening. So we've changed that whole thing about being a supporter of a team to be from, we support you, we'll talk about the stats of the match, and now it's become talking about the odds. And this has become more and more of a problem, and is becoming more and more of a problem, because what's happening is that young men are being targeted. They're using their mobile phones to bet immediately on the outcomes of a game. And this is where the TABs over there are raking in the money, because it becomes highly addictive. And what the people in the problem gambling sector say is that the closer you place the bet to the result is where you start to get problem behaviour occurring, because it's that whole instant gratification thing. So, sir, we believe in fair play, we truly do. And we think that we should be actually having some fairness towards those who actually suffer from the betting sector. And I'll note actually that while there are a lot of people in this country, there is about 4 out of 5 people have a flutter. And while it's only a small proportion of those, around about 10%, that are at risk of having problems with their gambling behaviour, it is an issue that contributes an enormous amount of money that sloshes around, and so is a honeypot for all sorts of different sorts of crimes. And that, sir, is why we are supporting this bill.